Hey guys, what is going on? This is going to be your map guide for Shoothouse in Modern Warfare 2. If for whatever reason you did watch my Shoothouse map guide from Modern Warfare 2019, there's not a super lot of changes with this map, but there is some pretty interesting stuff, especially with some new pieces of equipment, like the grenade that does go through the walls and the windows and stuff. It's actually very cool. As we normally do with our map guides, we are going to start off with the flags on domination. This is the C flag side. As you can see, there's the big sort of curtainy kind of thing with the little house and then the fence. That is this side of the map. There's a few line of sights that we're going to talk about a little bit later on. If we do venture down the mid lane, I'm sure you're aware of this by now. We take a look at the mid lane. We got B flag here, which is surrounded by a box style structure. There's a lot of different lines of sight from this one. It's a very difficult lane to take most of the time because, again, as I said, it's in the middle of the map and there's a lot of lines of sight to get, and there's a lot of close quarters combat in here. If we continue down the mid lane as well, we do have that A flag, which again is the sort of ruinsy side of the map. As you can see, lots of lines of sight that we can look at, take a little peek from, and again, there is the boxy style structure that you can bounce grenades off and try and kill people who are on the A flag as well. As I said, if you have played this map before, realistically, you know how this goes, but again, there is a couple of subtle differences that we do want to point out here. Starting us off here, of course, we do have the mid lane, as we spoke about a little bit. A lot of people do sit and snipe in this particular part of the map. It does appear that this is a little shorter than it has been previously, so there's a little bit tougher of a shot if you are shooting from this way, and again, it does look fairly similar from down the other way, so keep that in mind if you are trying to sit on these platforms and stuff like that and do some sniping. A little bit more tricky, and again, you are still very vulnerable from the sides as you have always been. People can just walk up here very easily and just get some easy kills on you if you are looking down the mid lane. This shape, this structure thing here is a little bit different how it used to be. You can actually climb up here now, which is obviously not super useful, but you can use this in certain situations. There is, I believe, like a demolition point over there, so you can kind of use this as an angle to sort of peek up over the top there, but it's not super useful. You can also use this as a sort of climb over to this wall here and sit up on here if you are feeling particularly spicy, and then you just jump over here, and again, you get that little bit of a look in between these two sort of spots on the map. This side of the map over here is fairly similar to how it used to be. As you can see, there is basically the sort of corner that you can hide on and just wait for people there. You might notice that in the middle of the map down in that area there, that's no longer a car that you can see through, and again, we'll talk to that more in a second. But again, looking back towards this way from the A flag, you can see that you're going to get easy kills on people who are sitting there. Get the paint tin out of the way. Make sure you get that paint tin out of the way, misses twice, my goodness. And then you can see all the way back down there, A flag protection and that kind of thing. And then you can stop people from moving this way as well, as again, this is a highly trafficked area of the map. Our first little look at a bit of a drill charge spot is actually on this wall here. As again, you know, people love to sit in this area here. This is one of my favorite spots on the map because you really can just control the middle of the area and stop people from moving that way. There is the hood of the car that does sort of block this line of sight, which is not ideal, but it is what it is now. You stop people from moving this way towards the B flag, and you stop them from coming this way around here. If you control this area, you control most of the map, which is quite good. Now, if you are looking to take somebody out who is in this position, you can see these wooden frames here, and I believe a drill charge will penetrate through the wall as well, so keep that in mind. If you do chuck it at this sort of area there and there, or anywhere on this wall really, it is going to explode through this side of the wall here, and you could potentially get very easy kills here, so just keep this in mind. Throw your drill charges through this wall and you will likely get lots and lots of kills here. Turns out a lot of the tips that we do have for this particular video are just drill charge spots, so keep that in mind. Again, you can climb up over this wall, use this to sort of stop people from sitting on those, like the desk bench area again on the A flag, and you stop people from moving that way. People of course can jump up here and then get on this sort of shipping container, and you can use this sort of head glitch and fight them from this area as well. As I said, moving towards this area of the map, a lot of you will have seen this before. Again, you can slip and slide out in all of these cars and stuff. Again, you look through the gaps and things, and you sort of hide and wait for people to come to you. Again, you are very vulnerable from the side, so again, highly trafficked area, so if you are sitting in this spot, just be aware that you're going to get picked off from the side here fairly often. So again, think about that before you sit here. Moving up again, this bit is no longer a car. I believe this used to be like a clapped out car that you could use to sort of peek and see that corner there, and you can't do that anymore. Of course, this is a solid structure. You can of course jump up on it, but again, you can use that to see that side there, but again, you're very exposed from the other side, so again, not ideal. There is another little spot that you can see up in there, wooden windowy kind of thing, that you can again put a drill charge on. Same on this side as well. There's another lovely spot from the reverse angle that we'll talk about again in just a second, but for the most part, this is fairly unchanged. You can sort of see up and over the wall, but again, you're very exposed from the other angles. Middle of the map map, again, there is a spot here that you used to be able to sit in, which is this little location here. As you can see, you no longer can jump up on this area. I'm not sure why they made this change, but we've got barbed wire and it's apparently electrified now. So if you do try and get up here, you're not going to die or anything. You just can't get up there, which is interesting. You used to be able to sit up on that spot. You can't really make this jump. You probably can with the right movement speed, kind of kit out and maybe a knife or something like that. You can't really make that jump, but you actually can make the jump from the blue one. Just jump over here and you jump over here. We're never going to be able to get this first try. Come on, let's go. All right, we made a first try. Pretty decent effort there, and you get up into the very, very hotly contested room, which is, of course, this is where you want to be. If you control this again, you control the most of the map, so keep that in mind. Of course, again, fairly unchanged down here. You can see up there with the shipping containers, you move back towards this way. And it's a little bit more protected from this side, sort of pushing this way. But again, people are usually sitting on the A flag box things there, and they will occasionally look towards this way. So just keep this in mind. Again, there's the little brick stack that you can use to sit up here. Make sure you check this spot if you are in this area, because a lot of people do sit up here, and you'll get killed a lot of the time if you are moving sort of down that way. So just check this spot here. You can, of course, use this area to hide in as well if you are looking to kill people who are sort of crossing over, maybe sitting in the mid lane, moving back towards this way. You can sort of do the little floor is lava kind of thing, and then jump back in this window, get an easy kill, and then jump back out and maybe rotate back towards this spot. It's a little bit of a route that you can take there, just sort of moving in and out and being quite quick about it. Getting the job done there pretty easily. Now, another spot that we do want to talk about with a drill charge is this one over here, this lovely spot that we did discover the other day. As you can see, there is the B flag there. Now, there is another spot that we did talk about that you can look and see this window here. And I'm sure this would work probably. If you chucked it here as well, you'd probably get a kill. But I have seen it happen a couple of times to me. You chuck a drill charge on this little platform here, it will go through, and it will very likely explode on somebody who is capping the B flag, assuming they don't have the old fortified perk or whatever it's called, so you take less explosive damage. If they're sitting on there and you throw a drill charge at that wall there, and I'm sure you can get it through that wall, it'll explode over the top and get a very likely kill on people who are capping the B flag. So keep that spot in mind. That is a very nice spot for a drill charge, especially on domination. If you do see somebody is capping the B flag, chuck it there. Check it there, and you'll get a nice easy kill on them. Again, as you can see, this wall is basically very similar to most of the other walls on this map, and again, this is very drill chargeable. And again, another little plywood windowy thing there as well. If you are sitting in this spot, you can get hit there, and you can get hit there as well. So again, there's a lot more camping protection here, like anti-camping stuff, I guess, with the drill charge, which is a fantastic piece of equipment. Again, this room here is a little bit more open than it used to be. You're definitely going to be able to get killed by streaks in here like you didn't really used to be able to. It was sort of a low covered kind of area before. It's a little bit more open, and again, a little bit more open sky. You're probably going to be able to kill some streaks from in here, but they might kill you as well. So think about that before you do it. Moving back around to the C flag side here, again, you can jump over and on this wall kind of thing as well. You can jump up over here, get a nice little shot on somebody, and then slide across. Can't climb on the rock climbing wall. That'd be pretty cool if you could sit up there for some reason, just because there is a nice little rock climbing wall. There is a spot that you can no longer sit in, and then it is, of course, this little box here. Barbed wire on this bad boy, so you can't get up here anymore. Just can't do it. Again, the SUV, you can blow this up, so we will try and get that done here if we can make it happen. If we can make it happen, it will blow up eventually. I know that car does blow up, so yeah, there you go. You can, of course, sit back here. It's not the best line of sight anymore. You can't really see all the way back there, but you can shoot people who do sort of land in this line of sight here. So keep this spot in mind. If you are looking for sniping kills or something like that, you can sit there and get some nice kills. Again, this is very similar to what we have seen previously. Stand on the desk and shoot down towards there. Again, the quite low ceiling here does make it a little bit tricky for those shots. With a big old scope, you're going to be fine there. Again, a nice little spot that you can use is, of course, on top of the forklift here. It doesn't come up super lots, but it actually did get me a nice little kill on somebody the other day. We do climb back up here, you can see. Nice little spot to protect people from coming down the stairs, maybe coming towards the C flag. What I did was, I was in a situation where there was a guy coming out of there, and I basically just used the pillar to sort of walk around, and instead of going left or right, which probably would have got me killed no matter which way I went, I just jumped over the top and then got a nice easy kill on him, and then went about my day and moved up the stairs and got a little bit of a nice streak there. So keep this spot. Think about this one. Jump up on here if you have to. Maybe get a nice little jump shot on them and as they're moving around in this area, because like moving left or right is basically an easy way to get killed. So again, you can see the reverse angle of the plywood windowy door kind of things. I'm sure you can truck a drill charge through most of this wall and you will kill a lot of people who are sitting in this spot, because again, hotly contested area of the map, very, very popular to sit in these positions and just wait for people to look out the window and that kind of thing. And if you do pop a drill charge through this wall or through the windows, you're going to get a kill on them. If you do think people are sitting in this spot, this corner here, as you can see, again, very drill chargeable spot here. Nice little one on the window there. Wall will get through as well, so keep this spot in mind. If people are sitting here and it's frustrating you, chuck them in there and you'll get easy kills on them as well. You do have to be quite aware of this spot. There is a little bit of like a nasty sort of head glitchy kind of thing. If people are coming out of the stairs and they do see you walking up here, they will be able to see you before you see them. So keep that in mind. Sort of looks a bit like this. You'll be able to get a nice easy kill on people who are on the stairs before they can even see you. You're just going to spray on them and then move about your day. Again, this room is very similar to how it used to be, but you do sort of have to play and sort of wait people. People don't usually expect to be in this spot, but once you are sitting here for a little bit, make sure you move out of the area very quickly, because they will again come for you and be very angry and start chucking their drill charges and all that lovely things. But realistically, guys, there isn't too much else to talk about. Shoothouse is a pretty simple map, your lovely 3-lane design, close quarters stuff. If there is anything that you do think I've missed here, make sure you do let me know in the comments. This part of the map is again very similar. People love to sit on this part here, so keep this spot in mind. But again, there's not really too much else to talk about it. Again, as I said, if you do think I missed something, let me know in the comments. And again, hopefully if this one did help you out at all, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I'll be back with more map guides, gun guides, and all those lovely things. And again, thanks for watching this one, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye!